This is Robin Stout, Superintendent for Rocklin Academy Schools, and I want her out of her position. Now, my kid doesn't go there, but this woman should be fired. Here she is talking to Fox 40 News.
So again, it did not fall under the opt-out provisions.
Superintendent Robin Stout says this wasn't sex ed material, so the school didn't have to notify parents or give them a chance to opt their kids out.
Do you think their concerns are fair?
I understand their concerns.
The issue is this. One of Rocklin Academy schools in California has a kindergarten teacher. When she found out there was a boy transitioning into a girl in her kindergarten class, she decided to have a little celebration and lesson on the second to last day of school, reading 2 books and talking about issues children do not understand. And they have been left literally traumatized and confused, and parents are angry. Rightfully so. As a father with a daughter around this age, I am livid. I want the teacher fired for what she did, and if she isn't, I want Robin Stout fired, too. Parents are pissed off and threatening to sue. And do you know what the school's response was? Well, as Robin Stout said, the school didn't have to inform parents or get consent because it was not sex ed. But of course, the books were outside the curriculum. Changing the policies to make sure all materials are approved before being used in class, in my opinion, is not enough at all. We warned you about this kind of shit, didn't we? People like queer kid stuff. We warned you this would happen, and now innocent children got hurt because of this. The teacher introduced the male student as a girl and told them they had to call her a she. In action, these children are too young to understand. A few girls asked their parents, well in tears, if they were going to turn into boys. And a boy, who has never even thought about gender because he's a fucking child, has begun asking to wear a dress to school. The teacher claims that the books were age appropriate and following the school's anti-discrimination policies. Well, were they age appropriate? One book was written for this age group, Red, a crayon story, which we will talk about in a moment. The other, I Am Jazz, I have located lesson plans for. And it says, as you can see, 3rd to 5th grade. Let's read more of this lesson plan. Please note at the top, this is not a quote, sex ed lesson, but still falls under health. I Am Jazz is the true story about a transgender teen who was born a boy, but knew from a very young age that she felt more like a girl. One of the first children's books to explain transgender. Jazz chronicles the real account of how a youth and her family deal with coming out as transgender and the struggle to be your true self. By the end of the lesson, students will define transgender and explore an example of gender diversity. Understand the importance of accepting differences. Discuss the negative impacts of bullying and how to be an ally. In a kindergarten class? I don't even think before, say, middle school, these topics should be discussed. This is bullshit. Here's a clip of Jazz Jennings herself reading her book.
I have a girl brain, but a boy body. This is called transgender. I was born this way. When I was very little, and my mom would say, "You're such a good boy," I would say, "No, Mama, good girl."
And now, here's someone reading from Red, a crayon story.
Everyone seemed to have something to say. Amber said, "Sometimes I wonder if he's really red at all." Hazelnut said, "Don't be silly. It says red on his label." Cocoa Bean said, "He came that way from the factory."
Now, I'm sure you can see why one has lessons for younger children and why the other, I Am Jazz, has been set as a 3rd to 5th grade lesson. The American College of Pediatrics says this kind of thing is institutional child abuse, and I tend to agree. Many other parents do as well, pulling their kids from the school. State of California, what are you going to do about this? I have had enough of this indoctrination shit. Stop trying to teach our children things before they are ready to understand them. Please, no more stories like this. If you enjoyed this video and are able to, please support me on Patreon, my Streamlabs link, or on vid.me, because after all, a brother gotta eat. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all more than you can ever know. Please subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Please support the creators you enjoy. You can support me through Patreon, where you will get exclusive content. Donate through Streamlabs. Remember, even $1 helps. Even watching my content on vid.me helps me. If you are able to, vid.me, in addition to offering my free content, allows you to subscribe to me for $1 a month, or give tips on my videos.